Okay, ladies and gents, I'm back again. I know it's been a while since I did a video, but I had to come back to share a couple of new things. I got some new hair, yay. It's from Indianhair.net. I got a 24 inch and a 22 inch in the natural brown. Now, I will show some videos or, excuse me, some pictures of how the hair looked when I took it out of the package, because it came in like a FedEx pack and it was wrapped in some colorful tissue paper. And then I'll show what it looked like when I co-washed it. One thing that I can say off the bat was that the bundles of the 22 inch were rather small in my opinion. It didn't look like they were 8 ounces together. Um, so thus I ordered the 24 inch so that I would have a little bit more length. And ironically, I got more hair in the 24 inch pack than I got in the 22s. Usually it's the longer the length of hair, the less that you will get in the packets. I don't know, maybe they are just the reverse. There's another girl on here, her name is Poison Ivy. She ordered some 24 inches, and I'm assuming that her two bundles was enough for a full head, because I didn't see where she had anything other than the 24s. For me, I had to almost use all of my 24 inch. I have about enough to fill in the bottom on my next install, and then I've got a little bit of 22 left, but not a whole lot. I almost had to use all of that hair, but I like to wear my hair really full, so whatever. To get the hair ready to be installed, I did co-wash it. I would advise anybody who's ordering hair from any vendor, I don't care who it is, you need to wash their hair. I use the Organics coconut milk shampoo and conditioner. I just wet the hair down first, just lathered it up with conditioner, rinsed that out, and then I went back and used the shampoo on it, and then I went back again and applied the conditioner. I put it in a plastic Ziploc bag and I let the hair set for about 45 minutes. Then I rinsed it out and let it air dry. I did the same thing for all three bundles. It didn't have a deep wave pattern to it. It's more of a loose wave, and the wave is on the bottom, like towards the ends of the hair, more than it is at the track, at least for the bundles that I had. The 22 inch had a deeper wave than the 24, but that's just because of the length of the hair. And you know, if you want a deeper wave, you can always use a pole iron or barrel curling iron to add a wave to it. And I mean, this is the hair. It isn't exactly tangle free. You know, it gets a little tangled, but that's manageable. Um, I haven't experienced a whole lot of shedding like I do with the beauty supply store hair. Before this install, I had some model Indian hair in, and it held up better than I thought that it was going to hold up. I only purchased it because I got a deal on it. It was like buy one get one. So for two 18s, I got it for like right at $100, and I thought that that was, you know, pretty decent. I washed that hair twice, and on the second wash it started to shed a little bit more. But that's the thing, I know that the hair is going to shed, so I'm prepared for that. It's just, how does it hold up after you wash it, blow dry it, and then try to recurl it and all that. And as far as I'm concerned, the model hair, I would try it again because it held up pretty good. I didn't like it when I first put it in because it was way too shiny. And it seemed like after I washed it and the older it got, the better it looked, and it behaved a whole lot better. This hair here, fresh off the first wash, I think it does pretty well. But this is an initial review. It's only been in for a day, so we'll see how it does, you know, a week, a month. I don't come back and do all of these weekly updates. Half the time I don't even do a monthly update. I do an update when I can, you know. Sorry. But as far as I'm concerned, Indianhair.net they're okay. They were pretty good on the shipping. Um, okay response from customer service. Now, I will say that there was a mix-up with my 24 inch. I had it shipped for overnight, and FedEx forgot to scan the package when they picked it up. So when I contacted FedEx to find out what my package was, they didn't know and told me that it had never been picked up. So thus, I got upset with Indianhair.net and kind of ripped somebody a new one, but it wasn't my fault. It's like nobody updated the package, but I got it. Everything is fine. So, legitimately speaking, I don't have any problems with the company from that aspect as far as shipping and getting my package to me. They're good on that. The packs, like I said, on the 24 were just a little small, but it happens. If it wasn't right at 8 ounces, okay, I can kind of deal with that because, you know, it's high quality hair. So you might want to skim maybe an inch or two. Now, had it would have been a significant difference, I would have been upset. Quality wise, I would say for the price, it's good. If this is not virgin hair and it does have chemicals, meaning that it's been chemically treated like the hair from the beauty supply store, I'm the biggest fool in the world because it does not seem to be chemically treated hair. I've worn hair weave or extensions for longer than 10 years. Started out just buying the hair from the beauty supply store and then started purchasing the the virgin Indian hair. And I can tell you this hair does not behave nor feel or look like the beauty supply store hair. So if it's not virgin hair, I'm fooled. Oh well, I like it. I like it a lot. But again, we'll see how it holds up for the next month or so. I will try to come back at the end of the month and do an update and tell you how the hair held up. And just because I say it didn't do right for me doesn't mean that it won't do right for you. There were, I don't know, about 10 or 15 different reviews from Indianhair.net here on YouTube, and half of the people say it's good, half of the people say it's bad, say they got a bad batch, whatever. The one thing I can tell you as far as how you care for the hair does count. If you go to sleep at night and you don't wrap your hair up, well, it's going to be tangled and matted, so you're going to lose more hair. If you wrap it up, you don't put a lot of product on it. I bought some Moroccan oil from Cream of Nature, and a lot of people say use a dime size drop of the Moroccan oil. I wouldn't even recommend a dime size. You know, when you go get your nails done at the nail shop and they use the dotter tool, I would say about a dot that size. I'm talking about like pin drop dot of the Moroccan oil. And rub it in your hands really good and then put it on the hair. I wouldn't use a lot of oil on it unless you're going to wash your hair every week. The instructions that came with the hair say that it's good to wash it every week, but I feel like that would be too much. I don't want to wash it every single week. Every other week would probably be okay since I'm hot curling it, if not every day, every other day. Another thing about the hair that I tried to dye the top piece. I wanted it to be streaked with some light brown in it, and the dye didn't take. And I also didn't use a booster in it either, so that might have been the reason why. And I wasn't going to go back and re-dye it on top of the other dye because that's just too much. I already was skeptical about putting the dye on it in the first place, but to go back and re-dye that same piece again, I just said forget it. So maybe on the next go around with a fresh piece that's never been dyed, I might try it and do like a honey blonde color and use the boost on it and see how that works. If I do decide to do the dye or whatever on the hair, I'll come back and do a video and show you how the dye took. But for right now, I'm fine with it. I don't know. It's really nothing else about it. It is kind of long. I mean, but it's a 24. I went in a little bit and took a little off the bottom, just a little bit, because of course, for it to be virgin hair, the ends look kind of split, so I had to give them a little TLC. You know how I do. Another thing I tried on that, this is backtracking to the model Indian hair. Cream of Nature has a Moroccan oil intensive conditioner. It comes in a red package. I think I might have used too much. I put like one of those whole packages on the hair, but I had been hot curling that hair for like 2 or 3 weeks just non-stop. So I was trying to, I guess, repair it by giving it a deep conditioner treatment. I would say 1 package of that Cream of Nature Moroccan oil intense conditioner is way too much. The hair felt so filmy after I did that. I was like, I wish I wouldn't have done it. It was okay on my natural hair, but not for the Remy hair. And I definitely wouldn't even think to do a whole package of that on here. I would say probably about, not even a half of a package, just a small amount, like a handful really, of that intense conditioner for Cream of Nature with the Moroccan oil in it, if you're going to deep condition it. It's great for your real hair, but putting it on extension hair, it's going to leave it filmy. I was thinking at first that I didn't wash it out all the way, but I did, and it still left a film on it. So be careful. Great conditioner for real hair. Don't put a lot of it on the extension hair. If you have any questions, just post them to the video. A lot of people were asking me in the last video that I put up about the Juju Indian hair, if it was a wig or what was it and where was my real hair at. And I was thinking, didn't I answer those questions in the video? But maybe it's just me. It's not a wig, it's a full head sew-in. You've never seen a video of mine put up where I've had on a wig. I always have a sew-in. So I don't know if they're just not listening, or did you just skip over it? Because sometimes I watch our videos and I put them on mute, so maybe they were muted. I will put information in the comment box or whatever about what it is, but it's a full head sew-in. I have about 1.5 inches to 2 inches of leave out hair, which is this right here, the leave out hair. This is my hair here, just enough to cover up, you know, my track. This over here, same thing, leave out hair, and you can see where the tracks start. And there was another comment about putting up a tutorial about how to sew the hair in. If somebody else was doing my hair, that probably would be feasible, but because it takes me to you know, braid my hair down, put the net on, sew the hair in, that's just way too complicated for me to be trying to angle myself where the camera can get me doing the sew in, and then I'm having to constantly turn back around. I mean, for me to do my own hair, it only takes like 1.5 hours, and I'm like, it's going to take way more time to even get the darn video set up than what it's really worth. There are a lot of videos on here of people doing sew-ins, and so I would say just look for sew-ins, full head sew-ins, and try that, because that's way too complex. More than what I know or want to do. So this is my review of the Indianhair.net. Again, this is a full head sew-in, and I have a 24-inch on the bottom, 22-inch on the top in the natural brown. I cut in some layers for the bang, and I did a little layering on the side, and then I just took a barrel curling iron and spiral curled it. Took a wide tooth comb and combed through it, and just kind of let the natural curls do what they do. When I get ready to go to sleep at night, I usually just do one of these numbers. I make sure that I brush it out, you know, really good, and then I just take it into 2 ponytails and just twist it like this, and put a head scarf on the top to protect the top, and then put a bonnet on to keep the hair from getting all nasty and fuzzy. You know, you can bring the twist all the way down. I just kind of let mine go because it's got already a curl to it anyways. And I do the other side the same way. When I wake up in the morning, I just unravel it and then just brush it out, make sure that it's not matted or anything. And if I need to go in and curl a piece here or there, I'll do that. Today I just went on ahead and curled the whole thing because I wanted it to be really wavy, but that's it. If you have any questions, hit me up.